I'd like to one more time announce the speaking order, just in case anybody missed it before. First up is going to be Emil Acevedo. Second will be Shawnee Klein. Third is Bob Warren. Fourth is Daryl Brown. Fifth is Chris Anderson. And sixth will be Alice Miller. All right, we're going to, before we begin, move this. Everyone close. All right, and I'd like you to only applaud after I welcome the contestant. So please welcome our first contestant, Emil Acevedo. Emil Acevedo, the color yellow. The color yellow, Emil Acevedo.
Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Open your eyes. I'm going to take you on a journey to a moment in my life. A moment of awareness, a moment of acceptance, a moment of yellow that I hope I can pass on to you. My brother was my primary guide to the world. Not just a teacher or a brother or a friend, but he's always been my hero. A few years ago, a couple of friends had asked us to join their flag football team. As we fitted ourselves in the red team jerseys, we began to realize how unfamiliar we were with the dynamics of this particular 7-on-7 flag football. Could we double pass? Could we downfield block? Do we have to kick field goals? We simply didn't know. A while into the game, I watched from the sidelines as my brother ran out for a pass. The quarterback dropped back and he threw the ball. It floated in the air almost still. In this moment of intensity that caused time to just slow down. My brother broke through the stillness. He leapt up, extended his arms, and caught the ball, all while in the air. The defender thought the best strategy to prevent the play would be to sweep my brother's legs out from underneath him. That's exactly what he did. My brother landed on his upper back and on his neck. A unified gasp echoed through the small arena. This was shortly followed by a roaring silence. It had taken everybody a while to realize what had happened. Everybody except for me. I broke through this cold, stale quiet, leaping from the sideline, shouting, "Somebody do something! Call the ambulance! This is my brother!" He laid partially on his side, his body convulsing in seizure-like jolts. His eyes floated in his head, his mouth opened and closed like a fish out of water, fighting for breath. Here was my brother, my hero, not conscious, not unconscious, in a state of mental limbo, the most vulnerable I'd ever seen him. I kneeled next to him, I clasped his hands, and I fought back the surge of tears. This was the scariest moment of my life. The dark depths of the unknown. Was he paralyzed? Did he have brain damage? Would I have to push him around in a wheelchair or reteach him the ABCs for the rest of our lives? I simply didn't know. After some time in the hospital, the doctor told us he had a concussion so severe it caused his muscles to constrict to the point where they snapped his shoulder blade. Despite this, he would be just fine. Aside from having to wear an arm sling for a few months, nothing about my brother changed. I felt so happy. I felt so lucky. But I was apprehensive when a year later he asked me to join his team in that same 7-on-7 league. Eventually I agreed. Midway through the season, I was sitting on the bench getting ready for our next game. Tied my cleats and I put on my yellow team jersey. I looked out in the field and I saw my brother, my teammates warming up. I closed my eyes, took a deep breath. This was a moment of stillness, a moment of clarity. Here was my brother, unwilling to let anything determine what he will and will not do. Unwilling to let anything stop him doing the thing he loved to do. I started to think about my own life. I thought about all the bad experiences I've had. I thought about all the negativity in my past. I had suffered heartache. I've endured losses. But here I was, in this moment. And I was okay. I realized that I had shackled myself to the past. I wanted to move forward, but how could I do that if I kept looking back? If I wanted to be free, I had to relinquish my grip. I had to drop the dead weight. I had to drop fear, and I had to drop my self-doubt. And in this moment, that's exactly what I did. Under my brother's leadership, we did really well that season. When we started, we didn't know the dynamics of the game. But after every play, we took that as an opportunity to become wiser. Every defeat, every victory, there was always a lesson to be learned. We are all going to have challenges. We're all going to fight against seemingly impossible odds. We are all going to suffer losses. And every day, you will face the unknown. But you can learn as you go. Every success and every failure is an opportunity to become wiser, to become better. But it only works if you play the game. It only works if you actually live your life. Yellow isn't just our team color. Yellow is the color of the sun that gives life. Yellow is the color that reminded me to live my life. I'm going to invite all of you to live your life as I live mine, game by game. Despite victory, despite defeat, live as brightly as you can. Be encouraged. Be inspired by the color yellow.